What is up, guys? This is Mark with the mic, and this is another The Wrestling Babble podcast by Cyclone Inc. I'm Mark with the mic. I'm joined by Lou Beans.
What is up? What is up?
And we actually got a lot of wrestling this week because we got a pay-per-view from AEW. We got our weekend wrestling. We got the podcast we listen to, and we got a lot of sad news. With Shaz Gaspar and
Hannah Kimura.
Yeah. So I guess we'll start there, so it won't be so negative later on. Shad Gaspar got lost in the sea. Pretty much, he was saving his kid and got pulled in by a rip current.
Mm-hmm.
And they found his body probably like a couple days later, pronounced dead. It was sad to see him go. He's a big dude, so a rip current nature don't play when it comes to shit like that. Like, don't fuck with nature. But yeah, he got pulled in with that rip current. He wasn't really wrestling at this moment. He's been doing a lot of acting and a lot of like stunt work. If you watch the last DC movie, Birds of Prey, he was actually one of the henchmen in the last scene.
Okay, I have not seen it.
And he has been getting a lot of little roles here and there. So he's been doing a lot of stunt work, a lot of acting and stuff like that. So he's been pretty successful with it so far.
Oh, that's unfortunate for his family to lose him.
But it was nice seeing the Kickstarter for their family and stuff like that. It's John Cena kind of like slide in there with 40,000 and having it as CTC, which was Cena and Crime Time.
Oh yeah, I saw people like deducing who that was.
Yeah,
pretty cool.
I like the fact that he did it like nonchalant and like that. He just put their code and he didn't really say nothing after that.
Well, he's John Cena.
Yeah. But it was nice seeing how the wrestling community could be good with each other in that sense.
Yeah.
And then you could see how the wrestling community could be bad on someone with the girl that passed away.
Oh yeah, that was a Japanese wrestler from the Federation Stardom.
Yeah.
And her name was Hannah Kimura.
Yeah.
And see, the funny thing is that remember I kept telling you that they have a YouTube channel and stuff.
Yeah.
So she was one of the girls who was on the channel.
Oh, okay.
So I actually got to see her wrestling. So I was like,
I've seen her wrestle. She was solid.
So it's like, it's really shocking. But it's also just sad.
Yeah.
Especially the circumstances, what it was. And I guess you kind of just feel like, damn, man, I didn't even get to know the person.
Yeah. She was only 22 years old. She barely got to know herself.
That's true. That's also true.
But yeah,
I know they said people were deducing what ended up happening was she was bullied online.
Yeah.
And so, like, you keep hearing stuff like that happening over and over again. And I wonder why nobody ever just says enough is enough and takes action.
Yeah.
And it's like, let's not pretend that they don't see what you post. So why don't they just be like, if you get caught posting stuff like that towards people, you got to go.
Yeah, you should not be allowed to use the internet.
Or anything. I mean, but like...
you should take your phone away, like, live in this cave.
But what I'm saying is the services that you use...
Yeah.
Free use is one thing, but once you sign those little agreements that we click on, that we forget about, there's rules, man.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't just be doing stuff like that to people.
Yeah,
and,
I agree.
They have to understand it's need to be taken seriously.
Like Alexa Bliss posted that shit, like the people that should be held accountable for.
Yeah, so this afternoon people were like rallying behind her. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then you had this idiot on I think he works for ROH. He hit them to and got into a big thing, and it's like you don't need this all this negativity in wrestling, seriously. And they talk about the past. That's something that like they always talk about the past and her past relationship and past like with Sasha Banks, things like that. And it's like, like that was like maybe like 6 years ago, right?
Mm.
And like them two actually get along now. They actually are friends. They actually they coexist at the same workplace and shit. And yeah, no one says about that. They just say about the hatred they had before.
Listen, I don't know what the hell these guys... I mean, maybe they're trying to bring back Shock Jobs. Because I saw whoever the dude is, the clip circulating, and her response. Like, I didn't look into it any more than that.
Yeah.
I don't really want to get into negativity. I'm not in that headspace right now, just to be honest.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But I saw what it was, and I was just like, oh, he's just like being shocking for no reason. I bet you he doesn't really care
Yeah.
because you hear the inflection in his voice and he's putting on a certain tone. I'm like, oh, this guy's a character.
Yeah.
So whatever he is, he's getting what he wants. So that's the thing that needs to stop is that he wasn't really going out of his way to say things that uh I guess are at directed at Alexa.
Yeah.
So saying little snide comments and whatnot is one thing, and then it's just like I don't know where you draw that line, though, Merc.
Yeah. It's
So
just like it's not the time for that shit right now.
yeah, that's more what it is.
Yeah.
It's not the time for that.
Yeah, it's like whatever. Like, and some people just do it just to get fucking some follows, some like
Yeah,
people to
yeah.
follow them, shit like that, and
It's gonna blow up
sad.
because there's a bunch of negative people that like people like that. You know that.
Yeah, like Vince
So
Russo, he made a career out of it.
exactly. But I'm just saying,
Yeah, but rest in peace for rest easy for those two. It was sad to hear for Shaz Gaspar and for both of them actually, and our condolences to their families.
Yeah, definitely.
Now to the wrestling puff stuff because yeah, you can only do so much negative and shit. Retro, the WrestleMania game that's coming out, it's really hitting on a July release. They are doing, I think they're seeing how much money they can gang up, and they're gonna do collector's editions for the PS4 and Xbox. It's not currently stated just yet, but I think if they hit a certain amount of money, they're actually gonna do it as well.
Okay.
And there is rumors of a major wrestling figure stadium.
Oh wow! What? Wait, just straight up stadium?
Yeah, like a arena.
They balling already? Okay.
Yeah, man. Yeah, what's crazy is like right once they got let go and stuff like that, yo, their Patreon went up like over 300 people, probably more than that. It's a big community. I've been a Patreon member since maybe a month or two since after they started it, and it's a great community. Like they actually have a Facebook group that everyone's on, and everyone's very communicative and very jokative and talk each other and stuff like that. And it's a very nice community. So I like what they're doing. They do a good job. And they're very interactive. Like I actually had a conversation with Brian Myers the other day about a certain figure and shit.
Good.
And you can actually interact with them. They actually respond to you and everything like that. I think the one I spoke to most to was Smart Mark because he runs the Facebook group, so he usually answers a lot of the stuff. So I've talked to him many times.
Nice. Okay.
But it's a nice community. But I hope they do good with that.
Yes, sir.
We did get a pay-per-view this week. We got Double or Nothing, so we'll go into what we've seen, I guess, because I didn't get to watch the whole pay-per-view. We get into the week of wrestling, and we'll add it with that. So, I guess we'll start off with Monday Night Raw. Oh, did you get to see the Dead Man, the last ride?
I did not. No. I did see the little teasers for it, but I did not see.
It's been really good. It's really set. It's good, but it actually gives you a perspective of what he thinks about his career and things like that. Yes. I do like a lot that Undertaker is kind of coming out like this, and actually becoming a real person than his character, because he talks about on the show is that he's been kayfabing the character all the time. He doesn't really do interviews. He don't do nothing. And then lately, like towards the end of his career, he really wanted to really get to people know him and shit like that. So I like this. I like to see this. It's cool.
I mean, I think everybody's gonna be at least somewhat happy to see this whole series.
Yeah,
because he's one of wrestling's most popular characters, period.
Yeah.
So I think anytime you get to learn a little bit more about somebody that's already popular, it's a good thing, you know?
Yeah.
So good.
And Taker's Taker. Taker is the guy, man. He's been there for many, many years, and he's seen it all. He's done it all, and he's seen everyone come and go. And he's been one of the main people there the whole time. I forgot William Regal was the Intercontinental Champion, and he had Layla as a manager.
But I didn't. I mean, I knew he was Intercontinental, but I didn't know about the manager part.
Yeah, he had Layla. Sorry to break this up, but I just happened to watch it right now. And I'm like, oh shit, he was IC champ. So let's start with Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw kicked off with Edge and Randy Orton. Kind of showed the highlights of their promos the week before, and Edge pretty much just challenging him to the regular ass wrestling match, which I really do not like how they booking it, how they like promoting it.
Okay, so what happened with the promotion?
So they're promoting as the greatest match of all time.
I mean, listen, if all other productions cease to exist and nobody knows what happens to the footage of wrestling, this might very well be the best wrestling match ever. This is 2020, baby. You never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah. So now they have a big stature. They have to fucking like really bring it. Like they really got to bring it if they're gonna be calling this the greatest match of all time. Because even the match sucks, they're still gonna be calling it the greatest match of all time.
Randy's gonna shoot him.
He's gonna shoot him like he was gonna do Triple
him.
H.
You don't want to lose. Yo, you saw how Edge was getting all serious, and Randy was like, "Listen, you want to fight? Or we gonna wrestle? Cause you beat my ass last time, so we gonna wrestle. Cause you crazy, Edge."
I don't need that craziness. I need structure in my matches.
Exactly.
I need a referee saying all the rules.
Listen, I can't RKO you out of nowhere, but I much more like it when the ref is right there.
Yeah,
and so and turn him around.
And the cushion of the ring, it hurts my back.
Yes.
It was good. You know what? One thing I gave it credit when there was no audience, that the promos really shine, because you're really focused on the promo and not the crowd, so you really get to see their emotions, especially Edge. Edge is straight out like facial expression.
And I'll just say I appreciate it because you could see them get more intense as well. You know, more than just a fake, I'm a wrestler. Rah. Yeah. So, of course.
We kick off our first match. Murphy defeats Humberto Carrillo. It was a really good match.
I thought it was too short, though.
Yeah, I agree.
But it was good, but it was short. And I was like, you got to see that spark, but yeah. But you know what I thought when I saw that, for even how short it was, people took notice of it, and I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
But I also said, damn, man, that means y'all never watched 205 Live, so.
Whatever. Yeah, and that's the thing, is like a lot of the stuff that especially you see Murphy do, we've seen it. We've seen Murphy have probably some of the greatest matches he had in 205 Live, and people don't realize how good he is.
Yep. Him and Cedric, yep.
Him and Ali. Him and Ali.
You know, at this point, I think there's no disputing that Ali is the hacker. Yeah. And I'm only going to say that just because he's been gone the longest. Out of all the people who weren't let go, because of the situation, he's been gone the longest. Yo, that's your man. That's your boy.
I hope so. He'll hack into the IC title.
Yeah. Oh. Yo, you imagine if they made a cyber that had like...
You know what would be dope? Yo, you know what would be dope? That the finals of the IC title match, right? Okay. We'll get into SmackDown with the tournament, but at the finals, right when Backlash, when the match is about to start, like the computer, the Titantron gets glitched and adds another name to the title picture.
Oh, and it just makes it a three-way?
Yeah.
And then he takes the hood off and it's like, it's me.
It's me. And there's Vince McMahon. No.
I would be so happy if it was this. I'd be like,
it was me.
But let's be serious though. Has Vince ever won the IC title?
No.
Because he's won the championship.
He won the WWE title.
Yes, he has.
And the hardcore title.
Yeah, yes, he has.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, maybe he wants that one.
The workhorse title.
I mean, listen, I'm not here to say Vince McMahon is not a workhorse.
He is. Like,
that's one of those things technically, even from Undertaker.
Yeah. Technically, he is a workhorse. Like, that's something you cannot give away with that dude. That dude's fucking 124 hours into it. Like, while his ass is up, your ass is sleeping, kind of thing. So, and he's 70 years old, still doing that shit.
I know, man.
Makes us feel lazy.
Hell yeah.
Bunch of flunkies.
But I sure as hell feel good sleeping in my bed.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
We got Charlotte Flair defeats Ruby Riott. Really solid match.
That was intense. That was an intense match. I like that.
I do not need to see Charlotte in all 3 shows.
I mean,
I'm
but
sorry.
who else is gonna take her place, man?
You have other women on that roster. What happened to the Liv Morgan Ruby Riott rivalry?
You know, all right. You know, what, you raise a good point because I'm wondering why they don't even continue with any little bit of that.
Yeah. So I do not need. I like Charlotte. She's been killing. She's been killing it. She's been having good matches. She had a good match last week with Liv Morgan. She had a good match. Well, the week before that, she had a good match with Liv Morgan. This week we had Ruby Riott. They were great matches, but I do not like to see her on Raw, SmackDown, and NXT.
Exactly.
I just don't. You're doing the same shit, the wild card rule shit with Roman Reigns. I did not need to see Roman Reigns every single day. I like Roman. I don't need to see him every week.
True that. True that.
Nia Jax crashes Asuka's celebration and beats up Kairi Sane. Why you always gotta beat up Kairi Sane?
Because they know it's a meme.
God damn it.
They know it is.
Yeah, fucking piss me off.
I know, but at this point, you know, she knows it's a meme.
Yeah.
But I love how she just both times she crashed the party.
Yeah.
And got her ass kicked by Asuka. It's
Yeah.
like, well, damn, all right.
And then Asuka kicks the shit out of her later on. But Kairi Sane, I actually feel like she may turn on Asuka eventually. I want to see that match eventually.
Yeah, why not?
We had Bobby Lashley defeat R-Truth.
That was actually pretty funny.
Yeah, and then I kind of like. I'm digging what they are doing with MVP and him. So keep it up. I think it's putting him in the title picture. So I'm all for it. I'm all for that.
Hell yeah. I mean, unfortunately, it's at the expense of R-Truth, RIP, Pretty Ricky,
Yeah.
but you get to see so many people actually doing something. So,
Yeah.
hey, why not?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You had a WWE Women's Tag Team Championship on the line. Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross versus the Iconics. I actually really enjoyed the match until it was DQ'd.
And then I was like, yo, what's up with them trying to fight at the end? Keep your hand to yourself. Don't slap your teammate.
Yeah. I thought it was
But yeah,
great.
that was actually a
So
really
she
good
slapped
match.
the shit out of Peyton Royce too. I was like, no, don't break up.
Well, they were on the bump, so I didn't get to see it, but I saw the one where they were talking about Kayla.
Yeah, Kayla.
So they were making fun of her journalistic abilities.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they were together, so I guess that means they're still friends.
But they were apart.
I mean, but they have to, right?
They were on a
Don't they
phone
live
call separate.
Well, the other lady's husband was wrestling this weekend.
That's true.
So,
But
or
it, really
he was
good
wearing
match.
underwears with a man's face on it. It's weird.
Yeah.
Did you see the pictures of that, Mark? I just need to know.
What?
Of Ty Dillinger, Sean Spears, his underwear at Double or Nothing.
Nah, I didn't really see it.
All right. So there's some shit you need to see.
Okay. I did like the right. I love Alexa Bliss's right hook. Like she catches people fucking lovely with that.
I love the setup for it. Is now the slap into the pop. Oh, got you, got him.
Yeah. Shayna Baszler defeats Natalya, which I'm getting. Like, if you're gonna build something as a rivalry and actually really go into like being a submission back and forth, you gotta give Natty somewhat of an upper hand as well. She just gets her ass kicked every fucking time.
I know. It makes me so sad. I think deep down Vince doesn't like Brett.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Like he's taking it out on her.
Every week you're gonna lose.
You're gonna lose and get screwed.
Like
Brett,
exactly.
screwed Brett.
Oh man.
Kevin Owens returns with Kevin Owens show, and Natalya destroyed his set.
I know. I mean, I guess they're building up for her to go bad.
So rude.
She's gonna have like she was just breaking his chairs for no reason.
Like, how you do that to a fellow Canadian?
Ooh, good point. Good point.
Canadians are nice to each other.
Supposed to be. How dare you?
And this led up to Kevin Owens, Apollo Crews defeats Andrade and Angel Garza. I thought this match was fun.
Exactly. I thought. Listen, for all the breaking up those guys are doing, they're still actually pretty entertaining on the show, man.
Yeah.
Gotta give them their props.
And then after the match, they blamed Austin Theory for the loss and beat the shit out of Austin Theory.
R.I.P. He got jumped out.
Yep. Then Austin Theory attacked Aleister Black during Black's match with Murphy.
Oh no, you gotta set it up though.
Oh yeah.
Gotta set it up. There's a lot that happened.
Yeah.
So much story. Also, shout outs to Murphy's gear. He got new gear.
Yeah.
I like that they're not breaking up the. What is his group called? Seth Rollins.
I don't know.
But him and Murphy go out to the ring. You know him. Murphy's doing double duty, which is crazy,
A little bit.
and wasn't getting pissy about it. Take note.
Yeah.
And so he's fighting Aleister Black, but then during the match, you still have to disenfranchise Austin Theory on the outside.
Yeah.
And Seth Rollins, you see them boys when they down in their luck. You gotta watch out. You gotta watch out. If your son is down in his luck, you might get him.
Yeah.
So this week he got Austin Theory,
Yep.
and they turned on. Well, turned on. He didn't like Aleister Black anyway, so they just beat him up.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
And then
Good acquisition. You think it's a good number?
I think it looks good. I don't mind it at all. The fact that he lost AOP, like he needs a third person. I see the resentment in Buddy Murphy. He was like, really?
I don't see it.
I saw
I
it.
think
Like
he
you didn't
likes it.
see him looking at him like, I just wore your face on my suit.
I think he likes, but I think he likes. I'm telling you, I think the more the merrier.
I hope they do good. I would not mind seeing Murphy and Theory working as a tag team from the beginning and things like that. I wouldn't mind them going like the legacy route and kind of like trying to get the single titles and all that stuff as well.
I wouldn't mind whatever they want to do because right now they're actually doing really good. So.
Yeah, I like what they're doing. I like what Seth Rollins is doing. I think he's getting a lot more freedom with his promos, which is making it more. It feels more natural, and it's a good promo. So
I mean, listen, wait a second. Just remember what you're saying. If what he's saying is natural, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Well, it feels like it's natural. Like it comes off natural. It doesn't mean it is, but it comes off natural.
But I guess maybe realistically, maybe Seth Rollins is a little bit of that. You know what I mean? He kind of feels that he is the Messiah and kind of he's that dude. Why not?
And shout outs to Seth Rollins. He was on After the Bell with Corey Graves. Definitely listen to that conversation. It was actually really good.
Nice.
Respect to him and his coffee shop that he kept all the employees and made sure they were all okay.
Good. That's a real boss.
Yep. The Viking Raiders defeat the Street Profits in an axe throwing competition. So I like this a lot more than the basketball game.
I mean, after I went back and watched the basketball, I thought it was actually okay.
Yeah.
But yes, this was actually 20 times funnier.
Yeah.
Way more funny. Like,
it was fun.
So natural too. Like you could really see them just because, this is the little inside baseball, but that they're actually like that outside of work. So it's pretty much just them and the homies.
Yeah.
So
that's how they drink beer, cook a boar, and throw axes. That's what they do. Then we got Drew McIntyre defeats King Corbin. I actually thought this match was good. I need to see Baron Corbin this year to win a WWE title.
I mean, maybe they setting you up for it right now.
I feel like he needs a main title too. I don't think I don't mind the IC, but I feel he's good enough bad guy to be a focal point on the title.
Yeah, I mean, and listen, he's good on the mic. He's good in the ring. He's pretty much good at everything he's doing right now, man. Yeah. Come on, why not?
So that was Monday Night Raw. What you
show,
would
man.
rate to give it?
I thought it was really good. I'd say I give it an A.
I give it an A-.
Okay.
Give it an A-. It's a solid score, but A-. I guess we're going to NXT first. NXT, we had actually a really good show. We had Killian Cross kill a local man named Lamb Gray.
R.I.P.
He has a dope entrance. I don't like this chick fucking lip singing it, but I think the entrance is pretty cool.
I love that, dude. It is so creepy.
Because I think the first time she did it, she was off beat with the words, and that kind of ruined it for me. I'm like,
I noticed that she wasn't exact with it anyway, so I kind of dislike it. That she knows.
I like it.
If you see, she knows what she's saying.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like at least she knows what what she's mouthing. It's not like bad lip syncing.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, she's just saying the words like you would in the shower. Okay.
I do like the entrance. I think it's dope. I like the music. I like how it's presented. It's a lot of like theatrical shit. Mm-hmm. And then we got the return, Tommaso Ciampa.
Yes, sir.
And I love his theme. I love how he comes back and just fucking stares at people down like he's gonna bite you.
Like the angry daddy of NXT. That's why there's no crowd to say it, but hey, he was like, "Yo, daddy's home."
Yeah, that's what I think. That's what the crowd would have been yelling. Daddy's home. Mm-hmm. They are challenging each other at NXT in your house,
which is also pretty cool.
I say if they don't use someone's house, what's the point of this?
Who's Triple H fighting? Nobody.
Triple H is not fighting nobody.
Oh well, I was gonna say he could be in Randy's house.
We should take over Randy's house as a fucking. Hey, Randy, we're taking your house.
Yeah. Okay, wait. Okay, hear me out. So Edge and Randy, they fight. They're angry. It spills over to NXT. There you go. Boom.
Yeah. So we got NXT in your house. I'm excited to see what they do with it. It better be in the house. I want someone to get like power slammed in like a pool while dogs barking at them. But it's a cool concept. I hope you know what for more than anything, I would like the old set. I would like the house set that they used to have.
Oh yeah,
if they do that, at least I'll be happy.
That's actually really cool. I didn't even think about that.
We got Alejandro del Fantasma defeats Akira Tozawa, win Group B for the Cruiserweight title tournament. It was a solid match.
But yeah, I was actually really happy to see the match.
I wanted Tozawa.
But I wanted to, you know it.
Yeah. So King Credo won. He's King Credo to me. He'll always be King Credo from Lucha Underground.
So on that show, because I don't know too much about him, what was he like? He was a good guy.
Remember,
bad guy.
He was like a heel. He had the. All right, so remember, so I think was he in the first season? He was in the first season. So he used to be like a hunter, and he used to like wear like animal garbs and shit when he came into the ring.
Okay. He
had like a red and black mask. And who was his first rivalry? I think he fought the Dragon Dude.
Who's the Dragon Dude?
Remember the Dragon Dude? He had like a black mask, and he actually looked like a dragon. Like he had a fucking weird tongue and shit.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yes, now I know what you're talking
And I think he fought Arrow Star and shit like that. He was in like when we saw Swerve and him fight, they fought each other. Him and Killshot fought each other.
Okay. And what was Killshot? He was like an assassin or something?
Killshot was like a former military guy going into Lucha Underground for like money and shit. And then he had like a partner that was a military, like he thought he was dead and shit. And he came in and fought him, was AR Fox.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, they did a whole storyline with that shit. It was pretty cool.
Nice.
Anyway, Mia Yim defeats Santana Garnett because Santana Garnett only thing that she knows how to do is lose.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Yeah, I seen her win once in Evolve.
Oh.
I've seen her evolve. She won a match. Candice LeRae and Johnny Gargano confronting Mia Yim. I really digging the heel Gargano and Candice LeRae. I'm actually really digging it. And then you had Keith Lee come in and chase them out, and then pretty much it's gonna be like a mixed tag match next week on NXT.
Yeah, and that could be actually really fun.
Probably be like one of the best mixed tag matches we ever see.
Yeah. Wow. See, you just said that casually, and I'm just like. That could change a lot of people's minds about the whole concept.
Yeah, there was some really good ones in the mixed match challenge. I'll give it that much credit. Like, Asuka, I think it was Asuka and Miz versus Biggie and Carmella was actually really good.
Okay. Just you
But
know
then
what?
again, it's
You just
Asuka.
reminded me that whole thing in Carmelo was actually really good.
Yeah, I loved her and Biggie. I think that was the best like team storyline
Yeah.
ever because
Yeah.
they did like the training and shit, the pancake training, they did the dance training. I
Hmm.
think what they were saying on the podcast that they filmed the whole thing in Mosley's house, and it got them in
Okay.
trouble because they were like just
Oh
running
yeah,
around
the law
leotards
in the
and shit.
neighborhood got changed. That's what they say.
Yeah,
Yeah, they were running out in the street in black thongs,
yeah,
thong leotards,
yeah,
which is, but only the guys.
yeah.
That's pretty funny.
A hard hitting duo of Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch. They
Uh,
fought. I think Ever Rising. They can't win a
yes,
match either.
I know.
They
They're
died.
charismatic and pretty funny, so I dig it.
Yeah. You have Drake Maverick and defeats Kushida.
That was
Kushida
awesome.
gets his first loss.
That's my match of the week.
I feel by the end of this, I have a feeling Drake Maverick's winning this tournament,
I hope so.
and he's gonna get his contract back. And I think that they're working his release as a storyline into NXT.
I hope so.
I hope
That'd
so
be cool.
too. That'd be cool. Damian Priest explains why he attacked Finn Balor.
Just because he wants to be the big. Because
He's
why
bored.
not?
He was just like, you know what? I was bored, and I saw you were supposed to fight Walter, and you're not. So I thought I'll hit you in my club.
That's really funny.
Charlotte Flair interrupts the Rhea Ripley Io Shirai match. I was really mad about that because this match was actually really getting really good.
It was actually. Yeah. Okay. You know what? Maybe this is my match of the week.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other match might be like tied or second.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, man. NXT was really good this week, dude.
Yeah, it was really good. It was just like I didn't like the interference. I wanted them to fight, at least fight. It was a really good match. I was looking forward to that match. So we got more storyline, and so far as NXT in your house is going to be Rhea Ripley versus Io Shirai versus Charlotte Flair.
What you got?
I think Rhea. I will take. You know what? I'll take Io Shirai, seeing that the other two had the title already.
Okay. Okay. Well, this could be the answer to your Charlotte everywhere problem.
Maybe. I hope so. Because they need her. Like honestly, they don't really have. What they do have, they just don't use what they have on the Raw.
Oh, but we should fantasy draft the women's division again.
Yeah.
Because I need to take inventory of who's actually there.
Okay.
So after
So
the whole, people being let go and whatnot, I don't even know anymore.
well, I don't know. Like I guess I can't say it by heart. On Raw will be Shayna Baszler. It'll be Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross don't count on Raw because they'll be a SmackDown competitor. If they didn't have the tag titles, they'll be SmackDown. So you have Asuka, Kairi Sane, Shayna Baszler, Nia Jax, Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, Charlotte Flair. Those are
Did you say Natty?
and Natty. That's the 8 people you have on the women's division on Raw.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
SmackDown, you have Carmella, Dana Brooke, Alexa, Nikki Cross. Oh, and the Iconics. The Iconics on Raw.
The Iconics, yes.
Who else? Naomi, Tamina, Bailey, Sasha. Yeah, that's Raw.
Okay.
That's SmackDown, sorry. And Bianca Belair's on Raw.
Yes, you're right. You're right.
And SmackDown got 8. I think Raw got 9. And then they don't have Becky Lynch no more right now. So
This is true.
I feel like I'm missing something from someone from. Oh, well, Ember Moon, if she was healthy, she'd be on SmackDown.
Really? Okay. All
But
right.
other than that, that's all I can remember. And then NXT is Io Shirai, Rhea Ripley, I guess Candice LeRae. You have Aaliyah. You have Dakota Kai. You have Tegan Knox. You have Raquel Gonzalez. You have Chelsea Green, and you have Those are the ones being highlighted. There's other women on NXT, but those are the ones being highlighted right now. And I feel like I'm missing someone, and I can't think of them. Oh, Vanessa Bourne.
Yeah, what the hell is she? Shit.
She just has been quarantined, I guess. I don't
Okay.
know. Anyway, I guess we go. Did you watch AEW this week?
The regular show now.
No, I watched some of it. It was a solid show. Again, I feel this is my thing with AEW. I feel like every ending's the same. I feel like there's no like difference in the endings of each show.
So what happened? Did they brawl again?
Yeah.
It was
it was Sammy Guevara versus Matt Hardy and Atlanta becoming a brawl again. It was a decent show. I had some decent matches with Phoenix and Cassidy. You had I didn't like the Arn Anderson and Jake Roberts. It was kind of like I got what they were trying to do. It just didn't reach me. I didn't care for it.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So what happened? Like a stare down or some type of confrontation between those two?
Yeah, they just was talking about like who their guys and shit, and like who's gonna be better and things like that. So I didn't care that much for
You were
it.
invested in two guys.
Yeah,
I get that.
I was just like, whatever. They do some things that just like again, I feel like they staggered themselves in certain places in the show, and I feel like I understand like the crowd's gonna love it because wrestling marks are fucking. I don't know, like I don't want to judge the fans, but the fan base kind of fucks things up as well, because you'll like one thing on one side, but then bitch about it the other side, but it's the same exact thing they did, but you're bitching about them doing it.
Oh yeah, everybody's got their team, right?
Yeah, it's kind of annoying. It's kind of productive, but anyway, I did watch some of Double or Nothing, which we'll get towards the ending of the weekend wrestling. So I guess we go straight to SmackDown. Because I did watch SmackDown. I didn't get to watch. Did I watch? I kept falling asleep on AEW. Sorry.
I didn't actually get to see the end of SmackDown.
Oh, 205 had a really good match between Swerve and Tyler Breeze this week, so you definitely watched that.
Yeah. Wish I would have saw it live, the whole thing.
Yeah. SmackDown.
I have to go back.
Yeah.
I have to do that.
SmackDown had two IC title tournament matches. I had Bayley versus Charlotte. Again, Charlotte being on the show for the third time.
That was a good match, though.
Yeah, it was. We kick off the show with Miz Morrison and their talk show, and Braun Strowman comes out, and it lines up being Braun Strowman defeats the Miz, and now they're gonna challenge him at Backlash for the handicap Universal Championship match.
Yes. I mean, that's kind of what he's made for, right?
I'll be so happy that this will be another title.
Yes.
That he loses because of handicap.
Yes, I would be. I'm 100% with you. I would be so happy if they beat him.
I will. I will take Miz winning it, but I wouldn't mind Morrison taking it as well.
Listen, I would love what they would come up with if those two won.
And then I could easily see New Day mixing it up with them for that WWE title.
Yeah, why not?
Why not? All right. Really good match. It is what it is. It's a Braun Strowman match.
Wait a second. That's not fair because you know what? Who was in that match was John Morrison, and he is amazing on the outside. Mm-hmm. Yo, how he do what he did to him? Where he threw himself at him, just like casually. How do you casually hurl your body at a dude and not get seen by the ref? Come on, bro. Man, he's bad.
I thought this match was fantastic. AJ Styles defeats Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah, it was actually more fun than that crazy WrestleMania match, right? When they punch each other in the dick.
Yep.
Yeah. So I was actually pretty happy to see this. I'm a big fan of both of them.
Ronshanbo.
But again, I don't know. It still doesn't feel like that big match that they really need.
Yeah.
I feel like they should have had.
Yeah, I agree, but I think the match was solid though. It was a nice, fun match to see. It's the heart, seeing the strong style back with Nakamura was always great, especially with AJ Styles.
Mm-hmm. But like I
Um,
said, I'm waiting for a real one, like when they both put something on the line,
yeah, like the title.
something. Yes,
Bailey defeats Charlotte Flair, champion versus champion match. I thought this match was fantastic as well. Might be match of the week.
it's up there for me, definitely.
Really solid match. Bailey wins by roll up, which we got
Secret
two of
roll
them
up,
this week.
secret technique,
Yes.
roll up.
That's like the like you got to use three specials for, and then it's automatic pin.
Well, you know what? Well, I'll give it credit. It's always it was a reversal roll up. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Reversal roll ups, I guess, require more skill, right? Or
yeah,
either more slickness than the because she basically outslicked Charlotte.
yeah,
So but I just thought that I liked the character they both showed during the match. So I was like, all right, I was really feeling it, and I think this is more of Bailey becoming more whatever character she's supposed to be now.
yeah,
Because she's not 100% there. I still feel like it's the same person.
yeah.
Just calling people sheep, and what is it? She always has to say sheep and role model.
Yep.
So
Everyone's a sheep. Dolph Ziggler and Serena Deville defeat Otis and Mandy Rose.
I thought it was cool. I'm digging Sonya's whole like transformation right now.
Yeah,
So
I'm digging the whole thing. I think it was pretty good. The denim
I
suit,
like
Mandy.
I like Mandy's pockets. So that's what I'm gonna say about that.
Jeff Hardy defeats Sheamus for the Intercontinental Championship tournament. I thought they was gonna get Sheamus the belt. That's the one
I
he's
was
missing.
so mad when he lost.
Yep.
I don't care how good the match was. I was mad when he lost. I wanted him to have it.
Well, you got Sheamus out the tournament. Jeff Hardy will fight. I think he fights Daniel Bryan,
Really?
and AJ fights Elias.
All right, that's gonna be good.
Yeah, and that'll be this week on SmackDown. Next we go into Double or Nothing. I only seen 3 matches of this show. I did not get to watch the whole thing, so I'll just say from the 3 matches I've seen, the Stampede match was probably my favorite one because it was just crazy.
That was the first. That wasn't the first match, right? Or was
Nah, it was like it was the main event.
okay. So, well, what did you see the other one? You said what order did you see?
I think the ladder match started the show.
No, I'm saying what order did you see him in?
I watched them randomly.
So you saw the Stampede match first.
I watched Stampede match first. I watched the ladder match second. I watched the Mox and Brody third, and I watched Cody and Lance Archer, which I did not like that match.
Okay, cool. So
And that belt's ugly as shit.
Well, yeah, that's unfortunate because there's stuff about it, but again, if that, bruh, yeah, it don't look good. That's all I gotta say. I know there's technical difficulties, but it don't look
this
good.
is my big problem with that. So you plan a tournament for this long, and you know that you need a title from then. Why didn't you have the title ready and ready to go?
You asking way too many questions of these people. 'Cause apparently they didn't even think that far.
So apparently it's the belt's supposed to be gold, and it's supposed to have some more ridges and some rubies put into and everything like that. I saw it, and it still looks ugly. It's just I don't.
Oh, they have somewhere you can see the
I'll
design?
send it to you. I have it.
Okay.
It's still pretty ugly. Like I don't think it's a nice belt. I think it's supposed to pay homage to the NWA television title.
Mm-hmm.
But that belt is beautiful.
Yeah, I know. It's a weird belt though because it's red, but
It's red, but it has the silver, and it actually looks really nice with the silver because it's not overbearing. It's plain, but it's a nice belt.
this belt, the new belt, looks like a beer can.
Yeah,
That's what I feel it looks like to me.
yeah. Coors Light recycled.
No,
to make
like
the
a Budweiser, red and white.
Red and white.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I
The
I
belt
thought the
was.
Corals can
That
like
looks
the
okay.
as the
That looks like a boxing belt though.
it looks more of a
Now I
boxing belt.
get why they have Mike Tyson present
Yeah.
it. If
I
you show
don't
me
like.
that,
I wonder what's
I
the house like. Is that Ted Turner's house?
yeah.
He
What are you
giving
gonna
his
say? Is
address
that
on the belt, man.
all
It
right,
does look
listen.
better with all the details on it. I give that credit, but it's
No,
still
no,
an
no.
ugly
But
belt.
look, hold on. Which it's because there's context here. So I kind of get the when you see Mike Tyson in the presentation around this belt,
Hmm.
I understand it more. Like so, yeah, yeah. It's like a theme thing. So I get it.
Hmm.
You know,
I
I'll give
still,
it a little bit more little points on that and let it slide. But yeah, it's still not great looking.
I know that ain't a slide. You had, you could have had a better belt. I'm sorry. Like honestly, like AEW, I'm not crazy about their tag titles either because I think they're just plain. They're big
I
and
have to look
plain,
at 'em.
huh?
I have to look at them and see them
Yeah.
because I haven't seen them.
They look. You know what they remind me of? They remind me more of the ECW tag titles. I did like those though.
You see that? Okay. All right.
But I like the AEW main title. I think that's a nice belt. I don't like the women's title.
I think it looks nice on the right person, but it's still too small.
Yeah, it looks like a belt buckle.
It's just tiny.
Yeah.
It's not made right.
But yeah, I watched the Stampede match. Stampede match is like well worth watching. If you go and watch one match on this card, that would be the match to watch.
So wait, now which match was this? Like who is?
So you have the Elite versus Inner Circle. So it's pretty much all the guys in the Elite versus Inner Circle.
The match in the stadium. Okay.
Yeah. So you had Matt Hardy, Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, and the other one, the Cowboy.
Adam Page.
Adam Page there. And you had him versus Inner Circle, which is Jack Hagar, Jericho, Sammy Guevara, and Pride and Powerful.
Mm-hmm.
I did dig the Inner Circle football jerseys, and I hope they go on sale because I actually want one. They did some crazy shit. They did a lot of fun shit on this match. I give it all the credit in the world. This was probably a highlight of this pay-per-view. It looked like they just had fun. They let Matt Hardy like be the creator of this match, so it was just ridiculous.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Matt Hardy is the one that pretty much outlined this whole match.
That's cool.
And this is the thing that WWE missed opportunity on Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy is a fucking genius when it comes to fucking things like this. He thinks outside the box, and he knows wrestling is and first thing first is entertainment. So doing shit like this and not taking yourself seriously, this is the best thing to do.
I get that, and it's actually pretty fun to watch.
Yes, I give credit as well. So, yes.
So what was your impression of the match? Was it?
It was fun.
Highlights did you have?
It was fun. The pool, the I forgot what he calls it. The pool of youth.
Oh, the lake of rejuvenation.
So it was a pool that had the water of the lake of rejuvenation. So he had the Pride and Powerful in the water, and they were trying to drown him. And when he was going under the water, he did the Hardy Boy sign. And when they got out the water, you saw like the Matt Hardy facts.
Yeah. So what ended up happening to him was he was going through the phases of his career.
Yeah.
Every time they tried to dunk him under.
Yeah.
So the first one was V1, and you heard, I guess, the announcers go, "It's V1," and then when they went under, the Matt fact came up, but what it said was actually really funny.
Yeah.
Because the Matt fact said Matt can hold his breath for like 384 seconds or something. Yeah. And then when they pan under, he's doing the V1 signal.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that's so cool.
One thing I loved about it is that Ortiz and Ortiz and the other one, they looked at the Matt Hardy facts, and they read it. So that's something I gave. It broke up it was a fun match. It was being very creative, and the broken, whatever he calls, the broken ring, the one ring angel, he did that shit off of high place, and that shit was crazy.
Yeah, that was cool.
The backflip on the goalpost that he broke his rib, that was a good highlight. Jericho knocking out the fucking mascot was funny as hell. Yeah, Jericho wearing the cone as a witch hat.
Yeah, man, dude, it just has so many little clippable moments, but it was just like, it's really cool to see these guys having fun doing this.
Yeah,
Like that was the other part. I was like, oh, you know what, dude, that looks like hella fun.
it was a very fun match. Definitely check it out. The ladder match was another one that was a high, like I'll say a highlight because it debuted the machine Brian Cage.
But I mean, listen, pretty close.
Yeah, Brian Cage, with Taz being his manager. I think it's a good pick up for AEW. I was kind of hoping he'd stay in Impact, but I guess the money talked.
Sir,
But Brian Cage, I think, is going to be an asset to the company. He's really solid wrestler. He could do a lot of cruiserweight shit. He could do a lot of heavyweight shit.
and he's a fan of Wolverine. I like that.
Yes.
There's a special called the Drill Claw. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I think he's going to be great, and I think he's going to do something really good. And right now he has the double or nothing chip, so he could take a title shot, which I think is going to happen Fighter Fist.
Yeah, the match itself was all right.
Yeah.
There was actually it was a surprise. You know, why the reason why it didn't stand out too much to me was because it was surprisingly safe,
Yeah.
which I kind of like and don't like, because you don't want to see anybody like breaking their necks and shit. But it was just like it wasn't too many things that made me go, oh, yeah, wow. But it made me more go, why would you do that?
Mm-hmm.
And that was my boy Darby Allin when he tried to skateboard drop onto that dude's back, because that guy was standing up and he could have easily moved. It just looked so tacky. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was a few things that was like, ooh. But I can't. Is this the first official one of those?
No, they had one. Well, yes, I think that was the first one they actually did
For the chip.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So they can learn from that, but
yeah,
it was actually pretty fun. I like when they bury Brian Cage underneath all the junk.
yeah. I'm just saying, it's money in the bank.
Hmm.
It's just another money in the bank.
Yeah. I mean, listen, there's only so much you can do, but they did their little spin on it, so it was alright.
Yeah, it's not much of a spin. It was just instead of a briefcase, is a chip. Doesn't really change much, but anyway. And then I wasn't crazy about the Lance Archer and Cody match. I just didn't care for it. I don't care. I'm sad, but I'm not a Cody fan. Like wrestling wise, I can get into his matches. It's just me. I understand what people seeing him. I don't. So this match was just. It was just. I think they should have worked a bit different, as in they should have worked Lance Archer as the bigger man, as the powerhouse, and have Cody fucking trying to work his way in the ring, work a body part, things like that. And I just felt like it was just another fast-paced, going back and forth kind of action, and I couldn't take this match seriously.
I just didn't find it too entertaining.
Yeah.
It was just, I don't know. It felt more like just going from match from move to move to move, kind of.
Yeah.
Like, I know it's supposed to be something on the line,
Yeah.
and there was like animosity and anger because of the promos and stuff, but it just didn't feel like that,
Yeah.
That's the only thing I didn't find too much into it.
Yeah. Yeah, Cody Rhodes, the new TNT champion. Ugly ass
I
belt.
mean, it is what it is, like the African boy said.
Ugly ass belt. It's a real ugly ass belt. And then I saw the Brody Lee versus Moxley match. I expected a bit more off of it. It just didn't sell me what I expected from it. I thought I've seen these guys go at it before, and they had better matches than this.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't their best match. I did like the chokehold he finished it with.
Well, no, give your impression. I'll give mine when you're done. Like, what you think? What you grade it?
Again, I've seen better matches between these two guys. I've seen them in WWE have so much better matches. So I thought, seeing that the Strackles are not of WWE is not there, they'll have a better, more brawling kind of match, and it wasn't what I expected.
Yeah, it seemed like. So what was the stipulation initially? It was a hardcore match. It was what?
No, it was a regular match.
So yeah, that's kind of like. I would think this confrontation would have been more personal. I mean, they did go outside the ring, and they did kind of like the few things that I found really funny or entertaining were like the moment when he DDT through the stage.
Yeah.
That made me laugh. I don't know about you. That just made me crack
Yeah.
up. Um, and then when he threw him over like the little, I guess the timekeepers area, and he collapsed through that little makeshift table.
Yeah.
It was just like little things like that weren't intentional, but the things that I thought were it's the most entertaining, which kind of tells you what I'm thinking about this match.
Yeah.
Is that it wasn't that great.
Yeah.
It wasn't anywhere near his New Japan matches.
No. See, I was
And
expecting something more like that too, like a lot of like hard hits and a lot of strong style in that sense, because I think this was one of the matches to really showcase Brody Lee and his toughness, and then Moxley, especially the New Japan style. Like I think Moxley's best style was in New Japan. Like I think I appreciated him more as a wrestler in New Japan than anything.
I would agree with that. And this wasn't quite that.
Yeah.
It was I don't know what it was. But I will say my impression is this. It just kind of seemed like Moxley whooped that man's ass.
Yeah.
Just, at the end of the day, my takeaway was he whooped his ass and took his belt back.
Yeah.
Because he was the only one of them was bleeding.
Yeah. So I was a little disappointed. Again, I wanted something better. I think it could.
I give it like a 2.75. It
Yeah.
wasn't that great. And these were like the lowest for me, and that other women's match was the other low point of the
Yeah.
night for me.
Yeah, I agree.
But I will say, like, the women's championship match, because of the ending and the resolution it had, I actually liked it a little bit more.
Yeah.
Shida is your new women's champion.
I'm happy she got the belt.
Yeah, that's what made me happy, man. But realistically, my favorite match was Jungle Boy and MJF.
Yeah.
And it's just because that match actually felt personal. Like
Yeah.
the way MJF does little things, and even like the way Jungle Boy responded to some of the stuff that was going on during the match. It was like you could tell he was kind of getting pissed off.
Yeah.
Even if it was just in character.
Yeah.
So little things like that I appreciate. So that was kind of my favorite match. It was a little more technical. It was like it wasn't. See, I don't even exactly know what the hell his style is.
Yeah.
It was a little technical, but even that was a jab at Jungle Boy.
Yeah.
And then it ended up being more just a lot of like heel tactics the rest of the match. So I was like, all right. It was on brand for what I wanted. You know?
Yeah.
So I liked it.
Yeah.
You didn't get to see that, right?
I didn't get to watch that. I heard that was one of the better matches of the week, of the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Like wrestling matches.
Yes.
I
give it a 3.5 if anything.
Huh?
I said to score it, I give it a 3.5 if anything.
Yeah. And then I heard Ty Dillinger and Rhodes match was good.
Well,
Dustin.
It was interesting.
Yeah.
Because that was the thing I was telling you about. You need to hear about that damn picture. The dude they stripped him down to his drawers, and he had a picture of Tully Blanchard on his crotch.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell that was about, dude.
I don't know. I don't know what they're doing with him. I don't know what he's doing. I'm a little disappointed with what they're doing with Dillinger. Like, he's pretty much in the same. I think he's in the same predicament that he was in WWE.
But under whose like foot or whatever?
Now it's his own. I guess they had more creative freedom, and he's more creative in being a jobber. I guess I don't know.
Damn, I guess so, right?
Yeah, I'm disappointed how they used him. I think there's a lot of things. I think there's a lot of things they could have done better with him, especially with him versus Cody in that sense. And I think there was a lot of stuff they could do between those two. It could have been stronger, especially if Arn Anderson is his coach now, and he has Tully Blanchard. And then you could even had a tag team fucking run with them and shit like that. There's a lot of things you could do other than what they're doing.
I could think of a million things more for that guy in particular, you know?
Yeah, because he's good on the mic. He's a solid wrestler. He's not the greatest wrestler, but he's a solid wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I say he's in the level of Cody and how he wrestles.
Okay.
I don't think Cody is a main event wrestler. Like, I don't see him like that. Like, the way his moveset is. My problem with Cody's moveset is like a lot of it don't make sense.
Okay. Okay, it's just wrestling moves thrown together. I get you.
Yeah, it's wrestling thing will throw together for a pop. And there's some things that I feel like he will hurt himself more than he will actually hurt the guy.
That's always the
That's
case,
just my
man.
take. Because I've never been the big Cody Rhodes fan. I did like his when he was the IC champion. I think that was the only time I really liked him and paid attention to him. Other than that, I didn't really pay attention that much. So I think he could be more. Honestly, take a page on your dad's book.
What's that mean? I don't know.
Just your toughness, your build, like how you build your moves, how you build your character. And I think he could look at videos of his father and watch his matches against like Ric Flair, watch his matches against freaking anybody's pretty much anyone in NWA when he fought like Steamboat in NWA and Ric Flair. Like a lot of the things that he did made sense to what his finisher was. He
Okay.
worked his way to his finisher.
Okay. Okay.
And there's the thing, like I feel like he just those. I think Cody Rhodes' wrestling style is like you creating a wrestler and you
Ah.
just putting all the fancy, flashy moves in with no substance.
Mm.
And that's
Okay.
my issue with him. And again, a lot of people are going to disagree with me, and I'm perfectly fine with that because that's my opinion, not yours. But that's how I see what I see of Cody Rhodes, and that's the reason I never got into his stuff, like especially with AEW. I think the only match he had that caught my eye, I think it was because the blood of it was with Goldust. Other than that, I have not watched any like amazing matches with him in AEW.
Mm. I could. I don't think his best matches have been in AEW.
No, I think he has. I think he had the one match I've seen that I really enjoyed was with Kurt Angle, and it was in NEW, upstate New York. I watched
Do
the
you know
video
how
of
long
it. It
ago
was
that was?
actually a really good match.
You know how long ago that was?
It was when he first got released, and then he started doing little tours. It was
Okay.
before
Yeah.
ROH. I think he had
Yeah.
some better matches in ROH. I think he got some better matches. I think him and Nick Aldis had okay matches. They weren't that great. Um, I think him in New Japan, he has okay matches there as well.
Okay.
There's nothing
I
like
could. I could. My favorite match of his is him versus Swerve and Defy.
yeah.
I don't know if you've seen that, but I can send
No,
that
I
to
did
you.
not see
You
that.
should see that.
Okay.
It's the presentation of that match and what they were doing. He was doing in his career at the time.
Yeah.
Were kind of like the reasons why that all flowed really good for me. So it's like kind of been down since that match. For
Okay.
me. So like you should. If I could get that link to you, you should see that match.
Yeah, I'll definitely watch it. Other than that, I did not watch anything else. I'm just gonna try to watch the rest of it probably later today when I'm at work. I did hear the MJF and Jungle Boy was one of the standouts of the show, and besides the Stampede match, which was fun as hell. Other than that, it was a average pay per view. It wasn't amazing. It wasn't like the best thing I've seen, but it was fun for what I've seen so far. Again, I was disappointed with Cody, with the Brody and Moxley. I think I just expected something different, and I didn't get that. I don't. And any other matches, I didn't watch yet, so I can't really judge that in that sense.
Yep, I get you.
All right.
Go ahead if you want the time to take it, if it's worth it to you.
Yeah.
But you pretty much seen the best match. I mean, the most spectacle filled match was
Yeah.
the Stampede match. So
The MJF one I'll probably watch because I heard good things about it.
okay,
I know Private Party fought the Best Friends on the pre-show.
okay,
I heard it was an okay match. It was, like if you seen one match, you seen them all, kind of thing. That's my other thing also is the fact that I feel like you see a lot of repeats of the matches. I feel like there's no creativity when it comes to like changing
well,
the
their
matchup.
tag division, I already told you, I think it's too small.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's AEW nothing. I think for what I've seen, I'll give it a 3.75.
okay,
I did like
for
those.
the pay per view, I give it like a 3.5.
Yeah.
I mean, I still don't think it was the best pay per view they've done. I think Moxley's had better matches.
You know, if I really think about it, no, I'm gonna give it a 3.
The Lucha Bros were there, and There was Ken and Ryu that one time. Yeah,
Yeah,
I I think I've seen better AEW pay per views.
I give it a 3.
But it's yeah. I'll just leave it at that. I'll
Yeah,
leave it at that.
I give it a 3. The Stampede match is the highlight of it. I think that's the one I'm gonna like really push up, and that was one of the better matches. But I did not like the main focal points of the shows were Cody and Lance Archer, was Moxie and Brody. It was the Inner Circle versus the Elite, and those are the ones they highlight. Those are the ones that were front, like they took the weeks to build these, and then you gave a bunch of throw-in matches because you didn't have a full card booked with no story whatsoever, and that's what disappointed me.
Okay.
Except for MJF kind of had like a little thing going because he fought like Marco Stunt and shit. Yeah, so that one actually had something, but the rest didn't really have anything to build upon besides it just being a match on the pay-per-view.
Okay.
So, and the women's title, she won a 4-way in order to get that side, so you kind of had that also.
Okay.
So,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Again, I don't watch the 2 week show, so
yeah.
I'm out that loop.
So, the podcast we listen to, these are when we take a chance to give you something to listen to besides our podcast. Listen to our podcast before you listen to anything else, please. So far, today is the new day, and they have a long-time gear designer on. But I have not listened to it yet, but I heard it was actually pretty good so far. If you haven't listened to last week's with the Iconics, it was amazing. No, Brian Kendrick. That was a fucking great podcast.
No, I have not heard that one.
Yo, listen to it. It's about like the Mandela effect.
Okay.
And like the theories and shit like that. Yo, listen to that one. I swear to you, if you need a good laugh today, that's the podcast to listen to.
Mm-hmm.
They talk about so much fucking things, and you really think about it, you're like, wow. Chris Van Vliet had Vampiro, and he also had what was it? Where was it? Damn it! I just listened to it too. Can't think of it, but I know Vampiro was on Friday. I forgot who was on the other day. Eddie English.
Wait, wasn't he on before?
Oh, Bully Ray. Sorry, my fault.
Okay.
Yeah, Bully Ray and Vampiro on this week. I think Carl Hawkins is next week.
Oh, really?
Carl Hawkins, and I think one more person that got released. I think he's going to have a cast with them as well. Chris Jericho had Lance Archer on Friday. He had, I think he has the Major Bros on this week.
All right.
Well, I'm not sure which day. After the Bell, have Seth Rollins. Definitely listen to that. That was actually a really good conversation. The Major Wrestling Figure podcast was a really good podcast. They had Chavo Guerrero on for an interview. So what they're doing is they're doing their regular cast, which usually is about an hour and a half, and then they bring in an hour interview, which they had like Chavo Guerrero, they had Chris Jericho, they had a couple other people on it, and they're getting more interviews as the time goes by because a lot of them are friends. So it's cool. Chavo had a lot of love for them, and they had a really good conversation. So it was actually really good to listen to.
Okay, cool.
He had Lance Archer, and then he had Kevin Smith for The Omen too, which was actually really fun. Cast, if not wrestling related, but it was fun. The Owen Hart Martyr podcast, definitely listen to it. Watch Dark Side of Wrestling because the last episode was the Owen Hart one, and that was really hard to watch.
Yeah, I also got to see that one. Yeah, it was actually a good documentary though. Like this
It was sad.
No, definitely. We tried to convince, but like you get to learn a lot from watching that. So
yeah,
I thought that was cool.
Definitely watch Dark Side of Wrestling. The whole season is finished. There's no more new episodes. Owen Hart ended it, and you can probably find most of the seasons on YouTube. A lot of people post them up. I don't think they have permission to do so, but they do it anyway, and thank you.
Yeah.
The Road Warriors one was good. The Road Warrior one was good as well.
Oh, okay.
But what do you think of the Owen Hart one?
I thought it was actually really interesting to learn the things about the family. I didn't know anything about his wife.
Yeah.
And how she investigated everything. She went up on a catwalk, like that, more than just being sad. They did work.
Yeah, like I
It wasn't just a
understand
chop
her.
chop thing. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? It wasn't gross.
yeah, I understand her. I understand why she doesn't want his name part of WWE and all that
No,
stuff.
no,
Like
no.
that.
But I mean, yeah, yeah. After that and the son, you understand those things.
Yeah,
But also, I think it was done in a way that even sometimes people say that they're like one-sided interviews and stuff.
yeah,
That at least this one, you just got the like kind of a straightforward opinion on the events from the wife's side. It's just
yeah,
like nothing she said seemed weird or out of place or like she hated wrestling. She sounded like she was like when she said that the family didn't want to talk to her, I was like, that sucks, dude. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like, that's not cool.
yeah. And I feel bad for that shit too. Like it was just like a lot of like shit that was like, yeah, like even with the whole thing with Brett. Like Brett was supportive like in the beginning, and then I don't know what happened after that. Like I know when he did his, I think they did a tribute on
Okay.
WCW TV with Owen for Owen Hart match. It was like him versus Benoit. It was a 30-minute match. And it was a
Really?
really good match. It was probably one of his best matches in WCW. If you look at Bret Hart match, that was the best match he ever had on
Okay.
WCW. He did it without her permission,
He did it with her permission,
without her permission.
so she got mad.
So there was like a little friction between them two, and then after that, he never helped her supported her with the lawsuit and things like that. There was a lot of things that was going on with the lawsuit, and then honestly, she didn't want the money. She wanted fucking someone to be held accountable, and I think
Yeah,
like
I
the
mean,
stunt crew, whoever did the roping and shit like that, should have been held accountable.
a lot, especially when you learn like,
What you're saying?
oh, especially when you learn the main concerns about the little intricacies that she actually showed on the episode. Yeah, you be confused and want to know more too.
Yeah,
So
and
like I said, that one thing, it always ends up being like a one-sided opinion,
yeah,
and you don't really get the full story from everybody's point of
yeah,
view. So, that's
and
kind of not happy about that.
yeah, and the one thing with the shackle, the thing that she showed, and how it was supposed to be like a quick release and shit like that. I think the people that rigged the setup should have been held accountable. They should have been more. They should have took more responsibility of that whole situation, because that's something that the guy, whoever's falling down, does not have control whatsoever. You're putting his life in your hands, kind of thing. And I think if there's that's something that could have been easily held accountable. If it was the WWE team that did it, then they should be held accountable. I don't think it was, because usually when you do stadium shows like that, it's usually the crew, because it's a union job. So
No,
usually they have
they
a union
pretty
crew.
much tell you
Yeah,
everything. They don't leave too much
yeah,
up to a question. If you watch it, they tell you the name of the company,
yeah,
everything. Got nothing to do with WWE.
yeah,
It's just that she was pissed off because they promised that they were going to spend all that money on the best in the world.
yeah, and it
And
didn't.
her husband dies.
Yeah.
Kind of
So
fucked
I
up.
understand her friction, and I understand that she has the right to be, and yeah, it's sad.
Yes, sir. But good work on her because it
Yeah,
didn't feel sleazy at all. So,
yeah.
good.
Dark Side of Wrestling has done an amazing job with their documentary series. It's getting a third season. They are trying to get Hogan for the third season. Let's see what they could do with that. I know they're gonna
love
have to
to,
pay a lot of money for that shit.
I love to see the lies that come out of that man's mouth. Every time you look up any type of interview with a wrestler, Hogan fucked me. He has lied to more wrestlers than Vince McMahon. That's all I gotta
Yeah,
say.
Hogan would be interesting. I think he'll be like a gold goose kind of thing with Dark Side. Like that'll be something. I think there would be a point that of him though that will want control of what they put out, and it's not gonna feel real.
Or they'll just whoever made it because it's Vice,
Yeah,
they'll make fun of it in a
yeah,
subtle kind of way because that'll happen to them.
yeah. I would like to see something like that, but we'll see the next stories they tell. They usually get a good amount of stories, because even some of the ones that I had no clue about, there were very interesting stories, like the Dina Bravo one, the Abrams one with the UWF. That shit was fucking hilarious.
I didn't see any of those. So,
That's
the
the one I
Dino
was
Bravo
telling you
one I did.
about. He's like,
Uh,
he died what he loved doing, coking hookers.
yes. You did mention that.
That was a good one. Road Warriors was the second to last one before the Owen Hart one. That was actually an interesting one. The Brawl for All was interesting. The Benoit one, I think, was done really, really well. Yeah, it was a really good season. So shout
I
outs to
mean,
Darkside.
shit, the commercial we do for them, they should pay us. You know what I'm saying?
Damn right. We need sponsors, man. That's about it. So
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
wrap this up. Mark the mic. Follow me on. Go ahead.
Make sure you follow Merc everywhere.
Yeah.
Where you at?
I'm at Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, SoundCloud, YouTube, and Twitch TV. All Mark the mic. Follow our Facebook pages, the Wrestling Babble, and the Recycling pages, and follow Recycling Inc. on everywhere.
Yes. Yes, sir. Anywhere and everywhere, Recyclone Inc. That's YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr. There's a Facebook group too.
Yep.
And we got a WordPress.
Yes.
And that's all Recyclone Inc. So check it out.
Follow the playthrough videos he's been doing. Onimusha 3. I watched the third part. That was the last one you put up?
I'm up to 6 now. So
6. I watched the third part, so I was... I've been watching them fully, so I'm at the third part.
Okay.
So, yeah. They've been good. It just brings me back memories. Yeah, check everything out. We just put up the Sentai, the Morphicast for the Sentai Gigamon. It's posted up as well on the SoundCloud, so please check it out. Always remember, follow the Jinkies.
Yes, sir. You got them sandwiches.
Peace out.